Yo and hello everyone, so I'm here today to talk about the Outlast trials. Um, it's been a few weeks and the player base has kind of dwindled down, which is worrying for a early access game. Just, less than a month it's dropped 30,000 players from its peak, which I actually didn't think the game was going to do that good. Because I played the beta of it on Halloween weekend, and okay, before I state this, I didn't get to play very much of the beta, but I played the executioner level, and I thought I didn't really like it. I thought it seemed too it was too complex and confusing for it to be popular, be very popular. Like something like you can compare it to like Dead by Daylight, which is very popular and it's been popular for years. That's pretty straightforward what you're supposed to do in that game. But in Outlast Trials, it was like find these 4 keys, unlock, do all this stuff, find these generators, and you do all this stuff, and then you got to go back to the pod or the transport thing, or the shuttle, and that's in the execution one. It's not that bad, but some of the other ones, like where you're in the circus, is like I can't I would play that and I wouldn't know how to get back to the shuttle unless I would have to follow someone else because I couldn't remember. But or back to the closed beta. I just didn't I was like, there's no way this is going to be popular with a lot of people because it's just too complex. And I guess I wasn't really right about that. I guess maybe a little bit. I'm sure that's some people because it got popular off people live streaming it, or that's why it was able to do so well. But I think a lot of people have just dropped it because of short on content, and it's early access, so I mean that is to be expected. But if they want to keep this game alive, they're gonna have to be putting more new stuff out there. And with how it's going now, in a month or so, if they don't update it or add new stuff, the player base is gonna be probably at 2 to 3,000, maybe less. I hope not, because I'm not trying to hate on this game because I do like it. I've played over 100 hours of it, and I've played both the other Outlast games in Whistleblower. I have Insane Mode, the first Outlast, multiple times. I've speedrunned it, and I've done so much in those games. It's not that I hate Outlast, and I waited a long time for this game. It got announced a few times. It got a small announcement where they just said the next Outlast game is going to be online, and then they gave it a trailer a few years after that, or a year after that, and then every once in a while for a years I would, or probably 2 or 3 years, I'd look it up and see they would make some announcements. I kind of thought it would get canceled because not much was coming out about it. But then at some point, last summer, or late fall or early fall, they announced the beta, and I had signed up for that. But I just don't know what's gonna happen with this game, because the thing is, if there's not enough, I'm having, I didn't, when the game came out, I didn't initially pick it up, or buy it, even though I knew when it came out, which kind of came out and surprised me. Because I got an email from Steam because it had been on my wish list. I was like, oh yeah, I might buy that next time I get paid, and that's exactly what I did. Or, well, kinda. I saw it was actually getting good reviews, which shocked me. And then now I played it a lot the first week, and you know, now I'm having, like, it's not as fun because it's not as like there isn't much challenge in it now, and everyone, you know, the people who are playing it are very good, so it's not very, or most of the people who are playing are very good, so now it's not as, like, it's not as, like, scary or challenging. I noticed, like, the thing that kind of got me, like, thinking the player base had gone down is I noticed that I was getting, like, it just, no matter, it just seemed like I was always playing with good people, which was like, that could just be the ranking thing, but also, is it the player base? And yeah, I checked Steam charts, and I was like, yeah, that's probably also has something to do with it. But, I was gonna say something else that, oh, the grading system is not very great. There was a match I played where it was only 3 people. One of the people quit, and it was the one where you're tuning the radio frequencies. And these 2 bastards, they, like, hid for a good portion of the game, and they wouldn't come out. I would try to get them out, and they wouldn't. Like, I would try to do, like, the, what do you call it, like, this thing where you kind of, the circle wheel thing where you can send messages, and they wouldn't listen, they wouldn't come out. And so I ended up doing, like, most of the things, and I got, you know, obviously I was going out more and doing stuff, so I was getting hit more than they would have been. And I think they did, like, either one of them did 2 or they did 2 each. I mean, 1 each. And at the end of the game, they got more. They scored higher than me because I think it's something with you can because you can lose points for doing too many of the objectives yourself. Which is, I understand why they want to do that, because there was a few, like, I mean, I'm sure it's somewhere they taught, like on a wiki, there's more in depth, that goes more in depth, but there was one time, like a few times where I would do most of the stuff because the people playing didn't know, and I would score less than them, and it was like, what, that doesn't, you know, it's kind of, you're punishing me for doing work. It's like kind of like, I get it, so you're not like like an objective hog, but it's also like I'm also kind of making things, like, people who do that are kind of making things go. I get the whole thing is you're supposed to be, it's more important to cooperate, but what happens when the other people aren't cooperating? You get punished. So that's kind of a problem. I mean, they can fix that, but that one with the people hiding, really, like, I couldn't believe I scored, like, my grade was lower than theirs. That was like, what, bullshit. And the other one was bullshit too, because I did most of the stuff because they didn't really understand. Because it was, I mean, that is, there has to be like something where you get punished for hiding too much or too long. You know, this has just kind of been a silly little ramble, but I do hope this does do good, and, like, because I want to keep playing it, but now I'm having trouble, because I usually play at night, so now I'm having trouble getting matches and people wanting to play and do certain, like, people don't want to ever do the exam missions, which pisses me off, because, you know, you need to progress to get to the end. And I think they're going to be doing seasons with this, but I don't know what's going to happen if the player base keeps going down like this. Like, is there going to be a season 2 that, like, barely anyone's going to play? I don't know, but this, you know, just kind of been silly, a little ramble. Thanks for watching.